All right, awesome. So I just want to share this video first. We'll talk about it. This is pretty significant. Okay, large. What are your thoughts?
Doesn't sound like you had a plan.
No, that he didn't have.
Once you get the money, how are you gonna get it out?
But
the help desk and impersonating the IT person, from what I read also, was freaking amazing because like something as simple as that and NGM, freaking casino network basically. It makes you kind of think if it's MGM that this was possible too, what other organizations is possible too? We also see on a high scale.
the funny part is they talked about how much they spent in physical controls, like technical controls, right? They got firewalls, they got IDS, they got all these tools, but it was simple as impersonating somebody. That's all it took. 10 minutes, yes.
I saw this in the news when it actually was on NBC, and oh my goodness, I just remember thinking how quick it was. Well, not necessarily quick, but the companies involved paying the ransoms themselves, and we are seeing that happen a lot. Oftentimes, it just seems more economically feasible for these companies just to pay them to get out of their hair for a little while, whatever amount of money, rather than be down for that amount.
I mean,
of
that's
time.
true. Like,
Yeah.
So sometimes the actual attack isn't to get money; it's to cause insane disruption. So they lost a lot of money in these days. It's just ridiculous, right? So okay, they asked for 15 million. I'd go 15 million. They're probably making that in like an
That's
hour.
a drop in the bucket.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, here's your 50 million. Go. All right. But again, so now they probably have to think about how do they train their people, and now they're IT. It's funny. A lot of organizations outsource to IT, especially commercial companies. A lot of times now they're going to the Philippines. Before it was India. And it was interesting. I am recording myself. We'll just say character A in the day didn't want to pay for Microsoft Office products. Right? So you could always call help desk, which would route you to India. They would go through a script and you could talk to them and say, hey, based on X, Y, and Z, they would give you a product key and that would work for at least a year. The year was coming up, same thing. Right? So calling the help desk is not a new thing. And it's easy now because you can go on LinkedIn, find an employee, and use tools like Maltego and find everything about the employee. Everything about them. Yeah, oh, I'm so and so. Okay, which street did you grow up on? You just go through like there's like a number of tools that already pull the data from where you grew up, years, addresses. Oh, this street. Okay. So you went through your basic checks. Okay, you're legit. You're legit, Mo. What do you need access to? Okay, you just reset my password. And I already know the username because a lot of times people will use their corporate email address for LinkedIn. Or if they have, like, I have a Google Scholar, I have to verify my IIT email address. All that's searchable. I mean, it's not that difficult. And doing social engineering, it's a lot cheaper too. It's a lot cheaper, right? A lot cheaper. You just got to understand how to impersonate someone. And there's a number of tools that you can use to, distort your voice or fake your voice. There is a tool a friend uses, and it's like deep fake videos, but she uses it for lecturing. So she doesn't want to like talk during her lecture. She's like, Mom, it's too much work. Right. She doesn't do what I do. She's like, it's too much work. I'm not doing it. So she has a video that she moves facial movement and she puts it on her words. She does some sampling with her voice and it creates full-fledged presentations. It looks amazing. I'm like, oh, that's a lot easier. I should do the same thing. But the video talks. It talks for like hours and hours of her lecturing various topics. And she does like health IT. So I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. Like, this is sweet. So it's not that difficult nor expensive. All right. And then even with a lot of products that you sign up for, you can create what they call these throwaway email addresses, sign up for these products, and yeah, you're good to go. Who cares?
Apple is now doing it officially.
Yeah, it's sad when you think about how easy it can be to circumvent companies. And the scary part is, think about the companies that should be protecting your data, your banks, and stuff like that. It's not entirely that difficult. When we take a look at the dark web today, you'll see that there's numerous organizations that you can go and get passports from. You get a passport. There's a few countries that I know for a fact, I know personally, that you could talk to people and they'll create documents for you, right? Pay like $2,000. They'll create documents like you were born in the country. You could choose your name, religion, try everything, whatever you want, just $2,000, right? And then you can use that to leapfrog to other countries. Like, this has been happening for a long time, right? This is not new. There was an embassy in Ghana, and this embassy would give fake visas that actually would get people into the United States. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There's not saying I know scammers, but I know some politicians. And yeah, so basically you would go in there for your visa letter and say, all right, you're trying to go to the United States for school. We'll write a visa for you, give us a couple $100 more than what you should pay, and we'll get everything done for you. We'll give you items and it'll get you into the country. Yeah, so it's interesting because a lot of the stuff with social engineering is so interesting in what you can circumvent and the amount of time. It is really interesting. And you can see with looking at MGM, how simple that was. Like I said, it should be frightening. Like here, this like I mentioned before, like this campus is pretty diverse, right? So if you see various groups, you're not going to question like, oh, what is this guy doing here? It's like, whoa, you're not going to, especially in this day and age, you're going to be very careful. Like, oh, what are you doing here? It's like, should you be here? It's like, oh, should I be here? That's bringing it up to the HR or someone at campus. Like, we'll fix you, buddy. So you can't even ask those type of questions, right? You have to be very sensitive. So anybody and everyone can easily come in. And if you see someone a while, you'll automatically assume they should be there. It's like, oh, I see you every day. He might not even be actually a student, right? Might be some Russian spy trying to get me. Please not. But it's interesting in terms of the social media. And there's someone posted in the chat. Oh, you can't hear me. Okay. Let's see. You can't hear me. Oh, Christian, you said you can't hear me?
Never mind. I think it was a problem on my end, but I did not hear a word of the video, but I do know kind of what it's referring to, what happened.
Oh, okay. So you can't hear me, you couldn't hear the video. Yeah, I don't know why that audio didn't share. Let me see something. I don't know why the audio didn't share. All right, Christian, do you have any input, bud?
Not really. Like I said, I didn't really hear the video, and I only really heard like passing mentions of just kind of something that happened that was defeated by like a giant company that just was like defeated by like a 15-minute phone call. Like, it's just crazy that that can happen.
Does that worry you at all or what?
Oh, absolutely. Ugh, just I feel like the layperson's understanding of hacking is like some geeks behind a computer terminal just like typing away, working like really hard, doing something that nobody understands. Whereas like the most effective stuff is like the most basic things, and like just literally talking to someone can really go a long way in terms of just like bypassing security measures and stuff.
So in my youth, I used to like prank calls and stuff like that, right? That was my thing, right? Growing up. So you could always like I was kind of so you could always a lot of voice message systems, they had default numbers and you could change them and you can change remotely over the phone and stuff if you knew what type of machine it was. So you could always call someone and say, hey, I'm here to fix so and so. I just need to know what type of voice message system you have. And they'll tell you, and then you can call back in and change your message system and leave whatever you wanted. Don't do that now. But yeah, I was underage and bored, but you could do that, right? And so a lot of people implement these systems and simple things such as changing default passwords and stuff, turning on and off your modem. These are things that can help. All right, your hand was up.
Yes, I'm actually in the process of sending it to you. There was this video and we saw it in one of my intro to ITM courses, whereas this lady on the phone, she's challenged with basically breaking into this guy's phone account, his phone provider, his internet service
Is that
provider.
what she hit
his
the
house.
baby?
Yes, and the screaming
Yes,
baby.
yes.
Yes, and the screaming baby. Oh my, she has it like literally this baby on her phone, like just screaming in the background, saying like, I'm sorry, my husband, this, that, and the other. I'm sorry, I have the child. Like, it is insanely scary. And they essentially gave her all of this user's information, and he was able to. She locked him out of his phone, his bank account, and like 2 emails or something.
I mean, that was interesting because when they train these help desk people, they don't train them to deal with things that are out the normal, right? So now you got the baby. Oh, my husband, he's sick.
Right.
What can I do? I need access. We don't have any money. We just need this. And like, they're playing on their weakness. Like, okay, well, I understand you're in a bad situation. I don't want to be that guy here.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is definitely that was frightening. All right. So I'm glad you guys saw that. We for those that came in late, I sent out a lot of videos, right? Because there's a lot of stuff in this class. You get your SII, you're like, yeah. There's a lot of stuff in this class, and I know that not everything can be done in like the 2 lectures during the week and the weekends. So like, oh, this is pretty cool. Here's this. You may have additional questions on Maltego. We do have the TA, but you could wear them out. And I gotta figure something out with my office hours. I'll probably extend them because they are getting pretty packed quick. Right, they're getting packed quick. So I'll work that to make sure you have those that appropriately. All right, so I'm going to go over the items for this assignment because I do want everybody to go through this pretty good. Let me pull it up. All right, so we got RapidMiner. Everybody got RapidMiner? We did all the network stuff, right? Or data visualization?
Oh.
Now I did put the Tubi network. It's a great bootleg network. I advise you watch it, get a good laughs. But I did send that file. That was done with Wireshark. You can download your own, no problem. You have your visualization, data visualization. Did you do it? All right, which one did you use?
So I'm taking the Wireshark data visualization thing. So I'm thinking to do on
On where?
RStudio.
Okay. Did you you got RStudio installed?
No, I just pulled out the data from Wireshark. I made to do that.
Okay, but you don't have RStudio installed though, right?
Yeah, I haven't installed it.
What happened? What happened? You had a whole like 48 hours.
I did in Windows, but I'm thinking to do in Ubuntu this one.
Okay. UFW is pretty simple. Let me pull UFW up. Now I see why the issue's coming up. All right, so this is UFW. UFW. So UFW is uncomplicated firewall. Missing something. Let's go back here. Well, that's not the process. I just have to figure out which one is it, enable, disable, but let's see, sudo W. All right, there we go. Sudo UFW disable. Yep, so sudo UFW disable enable. Let me enable this back up. And then you can allow various ports, right? You can say allow port 22, disable port 80. So if you're writing a bash script, right, and you're like, okay, I need to get into this particular system, you can run an install script and you can create items in there that will enable, disable certain ports that you can take advantage of. Remember, there's tons of ports. You can actually allow all ports, and then you can use that to really take advantage of a system if they don't have any like IDS or anything crazy in their system. So you have this, then you have GUFW, which is the graphical user interface for uncomplicated firewall. The sudo apt install GUFW. Firewall. And this is GUFW right here. All this is the GUI to UFW. Here, you have your rules, you can create your rules, reports on what's going on. So you can see the report, logs, which you can use later for auditing. You can create something. So when you go to create, you have pre-configured policy, direction, in or out, category, subcategory, application. You have simple, name, what do you want to go in and out, what do you want to block. Then you have advanced. And advanced has just a lot more stuff. You can choose a log, you can choose which interfaces. So these are the interfaces I can choose. What I want to block on the firewall. You block using the firewall. The protocol, TCP or UDP. And then once you have this, you can actually use this to push out to other systems. So when you're running from when you're setting up an enterprise, having a lot of stuff already pre-configured and running and installing at once across the board will make everything uniform and a lot more secure. Right? So you do this one good time. You say, all right, here's the policy. You push out the policy. There are automation tools such as Chef. You can use a tool like Chef and push everything out. Get questions? Get that look at me like you have a question. Okay. All right. So this is GUFW. And you've done Maltego, we did Nmap. I'm going to show another tool that has data visualization tools. And it's from a Swiss website. here are data visualization tools. And so when you click here, you'll say, all right, I want to go to Cytoscape. It'll say the type. It'll say the license GPL, the GNU public license. Remember that GNU is recursive. We'll give a link. GitHub repository. Go to Cytoscape. I'll download. Okay, make sure I have Java 11. Oh, okay, I have Java 11. If you don't have Java 11, you can install the JDK for Java 11, and then you can also, if you have more than one Java version, you can switch between versions. Not a big deal. Oh, yes. All right. All right, so you have that. I'm going to just download this for Linux. I'm going to show you Cytoscape. So there's Cytoscape, there's Gephi, there's a lot of pretty cool tools that you can use to visualize data. And that is really one of the biggest things. And it's easy too, right? So instead of having to go through all your data, it's like, well, if you're just looking at the numbers, it's a bit much and it's going to take you a long time. You need to be able to look at the data and make command decisions on the fly. And you can't be spending hours and hours looking at, network traffic or logs. It's not feasible. And it's not good for the organization. So imagine you're like, oh, there's these anomalies. Let me just spend days and days analyzing it. No, let's not do that. Let's start looking at maybe the root problem of this and push forward.
So does it use Java in the backend to run the code?
Mhm.
And do we have access to see what are the programs that the Cytoscape is?
Yeah, I'm going to pull it up now. So let me make sure it downloaded. Oh, okay, it did download. Let me pull it up now. All right, so okay, let's see. It installs fairly quick. So if you want, while I'm going through this, you can install it. It's a SH file, so all you're going to do is sudo space sh, the name of the file. You can do sh or sudo period / the name of the file. And there's like several ways you can do it. Here.
Well, Professor,
Yes.
so when it says please install Java 11, does it have to be Java 11 or just saying
It has to be.
Oh, it has.
So what you'll notice with a lot of programs in Linux, they're dependent specific. You gotta remember, a lot of people that are developing their programs, they're doing it out the kindness of their heart. So, it's like, hey, can you make it work with this program? Like, oh, no, but you can. There's the open source code. Like, good luck. All right, so we'll do an example. They have test data here, so you can see just how it looks. And the cool thing is this is open source, so you're not paying for anything. But you can see just how much data can be captured in Cytoscape. So just click on this particular node. You can see just how much detail could be in here. better. Perfect, this is a little bit better. And of course, you can print all this stuff out, save the file, all that good jazz. The other tool that you want to get is called Gephi. So get Gephi. Go ahead and download Gephi while we're doing this. Gephi doesn't take long to download. Got your laptop? Dead or what? The battery? What's wrong with the power? Right, this is gonna take about 10 minutes. Take about 10 minutes. I'm gonna pause recording, walk around. Minutes left. Yes. G-E-P-H-I. G-E-P-H-I. You should cruise over and watch with them, so you don't get lost completely. Right. Got a headache or what? You got a pain, you gotta go to the hospital, like if we sign up an aneurysm. Yeah, that's it right there.
Yeah, that was terminal, you have to like get it up.
I can't remember. It might be a W get, or you may be like, oh, you can download it right there.
That's like.
We're just gonna put you, get some jokes. Where do you live? What are you trying to do? Have more storage? How much? Like, I guess, I don't know. Which machine? This one. I already have the settings on. Just purge and then it's just stuff.
We're gonna do auto remove and purge. So you're basically, you do auto remove the files and purge, it's gonna take anything associated with Java 11. You can reinstall it from.
Sure.
Sounds good.
Well, right now my Linux machine doesn't have a GUI. I can figure that out. I got it installed for Windows. I'm not sure how that's gonna be with you and W.
Oh, is UFW terminal working?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Yeah, you can run everything, you can do everything technically through the terminal for UFW.
and then just export it
Mhm.
to the host machine.
Yeah. How are we guys doing?
Why is my Windows VM still updating? Go. Hey.
Do it on Linux, it'll be all right. I have faith in you. What about over here? How are we doing?
I mean, I think this is.
Especially give it,
Just,
tell me at least 30 gigs, right?
it's been reaching. I don't have anything else.
What about hard drives?
Yeah, but the last time I.
Yes, I would get 30 gigs, yes, well. You know, that's because we're doing a lot of stuff in the DM, like 30 gigs is, it's good.
Or, not even mentioned
Link, right?
yeah, which all domains we can scan.
Oh, I'll provide that.
Yeah.
I mean, you could scan, you know, NSA.gov. No, don't do that.
No, I did it using the default test, URL that I'm not.
You scan me that in that, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
Multiple keys. Or how to expand the storage, but I can't remember how. The storage of the virtual machine.
So that one's difficult. So if you have, you'll have to do like Gparted. It's just easier to create a new VM. Gparted, you have to, yeah, use Gparted and stuff. That'll take a while.
Oh. Like, is 25 gigabytes enough?
Yeah, 25, 30 should be. I would say 30 safe. That's the sweet spot.
All right.
Right, I'm gonna go ahead and share. While you guys are working on this, I'm gonna share some links on some places that you could legitimately do your scans and all that good stuff. Yes. So, I mean, you have. Okay. So you have it for Nmap, but you also can create an Oracle VirtualBox. You can bridge VMs together and you can scan other VM. I'm going to show you the actual item, Maurice Dawson, DVWA. So I have an entire 30-minute video that goes through it, like 2 separate ways to do this. But I'm also going to share some links. That's just on Kali, you don't need that. Yeah, because what you need is it's funny, I'm actually, like I said, it's all Linux. But yeah, there's a link here to the machine, the damn vulnerable web apps. There's several that you can use. And all you're doing is bridging these particular systems. So if you have your Ubuntu machine, you can bridge it with another machine and you can attack that, run scans on that particular machine. If you don't want to do that, what I'm going to do now is give you some sites that you can go to legitimately and not have to worry about, ending up in prison here in the States. It would be sad for you to come all the way here and end up in, jail.
Java is active.
You'll be seeing this information in like the next 5 minutes.
Dr. Mo, what is the next dependency you told us to install after we get Maltego working with the Java?
Oh, that's good. So
Oh,
you get the Java, Java 11,
Java
as
11.
requires, then get Maltego and then sign up for Maltego Community Edition.
Oh.
So, yeah. And then sign up using your student account.
Okay, I need to register. That's gotcha. I've been trying to, I think I've been doing a good job reverse engineering everything from ITM into working, because I know you all use a lot of VMware and VirtualBox, and I've been so trying to get all of that stuff to work across Parallels, because Apple Silicon is a pain with VMware and VirtualBox right now. So far, yeah, I use Parallels.
My subscription is expired.
I was forced to buy the I was able to trick Parallels into giving me the Pro edition for like a third of the price. And I only pay that like now, but like I had to do that for networking. Now it's a pain.
All right, so all right, links are coming now.
Hopefully they don't catch on. Hopefully they don't catch on.
Well, I am recording this, so just don't say your name is. Let's see. All right, so links coming now. This is the first link. Is 124 legal websites to practice hacking.
Okay, yeah, okay.
This is coming your way right now. Are you gonna get this via email as well? And you're gonna be getting more as we speak.
Are you willing to post, are you able to post these on Blackboard, like, or is it?
Oh, it's on Blackboard now.
Oh, okay.
So if you refresh, they're on Blackboard. Yeah, so I just posted that, and then let me do this one. All right, cool. Okay, so it's there. So now what we're going to do is we are going to use one of these other applications. Go back to assignments. Let's see. Oh. See if this works. Oh, it doesn't work. Okay. Clear. I'm going to post a cheat sheet for you guys. All right, so looking at item now, it's Nmap. So I'm going to provide a cheat sheet real quick. It will be in the text. Take a look at the meeting chat. You should see this. And then you'll need a domain to IP converter. Domain to IP converter. You should use the scanme.nmap. And I'm going to do an example on a site. I'm going to do an example. Let me. All right, so I have the share paused. I'm going to show you how this actually looks real world. IP here. Now I'm going to run nmap over here. To my desktop. So I'm just looking for the scan. It's going to scan everything, give me everything that I need. Okay, it's T5. I have it installed. So I have to install. All right, install nmap is just sudo apt install nmap. I'm running through installing nmap right now. That's going on over here. Now I'm going to run this command. So now I'm running this command right here. So this command is in a very aggressive scan. So this will scan for anything and everything. So when you actually do like an attack, the key is to cat is to understand everything. You gotta do reconnaissance, right? So this is a scan that I ran. And it's showing me everything that's open. So it ran fairly quick. Now, doing this particular item, let me show you how to work this. So let's see. Okay, PHP 1, PHP IE. Change it. So I'm just going to change the IP right here. We'll see how this works. Then we'll just rerun it. All I'm doing now is I'm changing the IP address to see what comes up with this. So I've just run this and this is running. Again, this is a whole different website. And with this other website, you can see exactly the differences in terms of what ports are open and stuff like that. Right? Again, you're going to use the scanme.nmap website. That's a safe one. And this just shows you, and then you can look up online, okay, well, what can you do with this particular port? And then from there, you can run a number of tools. We'll run through that in a couple weeks. What tools you can run to take advantage of these ports and stuff like that. So it's not as difficult as you think. This part of the job is called reconnaissance. So you figure out like what's open, what's there, what particular operating systems are ran and stuff like that. If you use like ZenMap, you'll have a lovely GUI. It'll create a lovely report. This is the command line. Not as beautiful, but the GUI will show some amazing things. I'll probably put Kali in here just so you can see how it looks and the differences. But it's just, this is all command line, and you can do different variations, right? So pretty sweet tool. Close that. All right, let me clear that. And the all right, and this is the legitimate website. That one. Do this before I start recording again. Clear. Oh. Right here. That's also T. All right, made a syntax error, but this is running. I'm going to resume the share. And so this is just on a scanme.nmap.org. Remember, just go here. And like I said, there's a lovely cheat sheet to help you navigate this. You can also just use the man page. And this will take a while to run. It will take a while to run when you run these different variations of Nmap. There's a little cheat sheet here. You can click here. You can see the syntax and example. All right, let that run, and then I'll come around and see who is doing it, who's struggling. Remember, everything is not supposed to go so, I guess, nicely the first run around. Think I did? I got here, sir. From movies, huh? For good days too. Saying out the big ideas, but you know, you gotta earn allowance somehow. It's all about the big fun, right?
You only know how many people are self-employed.
Huh?
You only know how many people are self-employed.
Oh, too many. Yeah. So what's interesting is that there's actually a show on Netflix that talks about selling fake IDs. I think it's called Fake ID or something like that. I think they're Canadian. They're selling fake IDs. Oh, it's good. It's interesting because they're talking about using the old printers as the way that they imprint on the actual. In some states, and once they can go print your driver's license the same day, right then there. It takes like 5 minutes. So when you see that happen, it's difficult to make my own ID.
That used to be here.
It
used to be.
No, they changed it when I was like in high school or so. It used to.
Yeah, they started the Star ID, so the Star ID is a whole lot more, you know. But you haven't had a whole lot more checks, but yeah, it's not difficult to make a fake ID. That's why you can go online on the dark web and find them fairly cheap. For Recommender?
Uninstalled.
Oh, UFW, uncomplicated firewall. So you do single app install UFW. Once that's installed, make sure, well, UFW already installed, sorry. Enable it. So UFW, enable UFW, and then it's GUFW. It's the GUI. So it's the GUI for uncomplicated firewall.
UFW now.
Yeah, GUFW is what you want. You want the
GUFW.
GUI, yeah.
Okay, let me
Yeah.
just.
Sudo app. Oh, it looks like there is an update for it, or at least one.
Which one? GUI, GUFW?
No, you.
Yeah, you can do the updates. You should if you have your if you're on a Linux, you should always run your updates. Usually, you should run your updates before you run your commands in the morning, or whatever. Just run it. If you're using it as your base OS, then you can have it set where it does your updates automatically. Oh, why you dress so fancy today? What's going on? Getting married with.
I just want to look good for work today.
Oh, okay.
Everyone noted that, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, you had to go into work.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, that's every day though. But I don't know. I'm just trying to look nice.
Okay. A lot of people see you or what?
Enough. I work at Kaplan right now. I work at Kaplan. Next week, I'm also going to be teaching. So I'm doing interviews for that tomorrow though.
You're gonna be teaching who, like?
Teaching high school students computer science through our
Really?
pre-college program.
So, I ran 2 summer camps this past summer. High school, I taught a student how to use Montego. They ended up like cyber stalking the GA. It was bad. The RA was bad. And then I had middle school students, and then one actually got sent home.
Oh.
Yeah, that the kid that it was like a kid. It was a group of 3 of them. He was like the leader. He was saying wild stuff to the other adults. It was like, I felt bad for the parents who had to get him because like that little kid reminded me of my little kid. I was like, I could just see him. But yeah, it was yeah, which high school?
Different ones throughout the city.
So you preferred when he started talking back to you? When they talk
Uh,
back to you or what?
In my experience, yes, it's usually a conversational class. I ran 2 classes, one the summer before this one and the summer before that. The virtual one was kind of engagements as good as it can get.
I
But
mean, the thing, what I realized, you get some high school students that are they're really well prepared. They want to be there. Then you have the others that are forced. Like even with like the summer camp, I mean, they're paying to be there, but their parents are really paying to get rid of them. I mean, I know this firsthand. It's like, it's like $800. You can be gone for a week. That's not bad for peace of mind. So you get those parents. Not saying I'm one of those parents with all the kids, but every now and then.
those are the
Yeah.
if you're a kid and iPad parents, and that's not really the best thing. Oh no, I'm sorry. Did I pass judgment? Or at least I don't think some parents realize some of the long-term effect of that.
Oh no, I'm a parent that I just want to wear them out every hour, something. All right, you can see this is still running, so it's gonna take a while. What I'm gonna do is I can pull up another terminal, and you can see exactly how it looks. Those cats. Oh wow, it's still running. Okay.
That's a wrong idea.
Sorry?
I think that's a wrong idea.
Let's see.
45 pounds.
Run this real quick. Oh, all right. All right. Let's do this, cat.
Trying to reset my Maltego password and it's not going to my email address. Why is it not doing that?
But it seems like the website is down as well.
Oh, is that what it is?
Uh-huh. So the website is down. All right, remember, don't scan the university network.
Has that happened before?
Weren't people doing it like when you first signed it?
They were. That's why I got a call from the director of security for the university.
Oh.
I got a message on WhatsApp like Mo and some very kind words like they're killing me. I was like, oh my bad. Like I should have been more clear in the assignment.
You always put in bold underneath it. Do not scan the university website.
Yeah, I didn't think anybody was gonna do that. At least not on the university campus. I was like, it's not the.
Actually, with that, well,
Say what?
just thinking, like like sometimes like with like with how the Wi-Fi allows, they can bypass, like basically on certain Wi-Fi.
I'm bringing adding more
firewall as long as you're connected to Wi-Fi.
first.
Hmm.
I'm taking you. I have that one.
Yeah, well, a lot of people are already authenticated on network, and it's like, I'm gonna run this item here. It's like, no.
Yeah,
Like the idea that that's why it's like
they training the system using them. Well, they can provide explosives.
Let's just do this.
Using
See.
for serving drones for artillery fire, and the use of kamikaze drones. Oh, I had a different thing actually, because it would be.
So let these items run. Well, make sure I didn't miss anything.
Yeah, I can add that to the ethics part.
Right, Nmap, Maltego, firewall, and then you'll create a presentation, and then hopefully you guys already selected groups, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, okay, I'm going to be asking this right now. Now, last class, I recall us saying 3 to 4 was okay for the group. I'm already at 4 in mine. I'm just asking for confirmation because I saw something in writing.
Said no more than 3.
Oh, where did I get 3 to 4 from? Okay, so I'm gonna have to figure that out. I'm likely gonna have to leave my own group at this point and be on my own.
I mean, there's a lot of people in the class, so I'm sure you can find somebody.
I was trying my best to like get everyone together. No, I was misled. I thought it was 3 to 4. That's my bad. I'll figure it.
Pull that one down.
Bad
you know.
news. Bad news. Very bad news. I'll likely that is a problem of my own creating, so I will take the consequences on that. I will likely figure it.
Figure out like after we do that.
Yeah. Oh, what would be nice? Oh, we can solve this with addition.
You have a question?
Yeah.
Yes.
What deliverables are you expecting for the Nmap portion of the assignment?
So with Nmap, what you can do is you can like what I'm sorry, maybe slow. I may not be slow, let me talk slow. When you're running Nmap, you can redirect everything to output file, have Nmap results.txt, and that will work. You can do that. And if you're using SendMap, you can just task report.
So you want the output of the commands and then a report like drafted up and some other.
Yeah, so when you do it, right? So when you run Nmap, T, -T, whatever, then you can have that all be directed into a report. Based is gonna, from the scan, I'll have all the ports open and stuff like that. If you're using the GUI ZenMap, if you're like on Kali, whatever, you could run ZenMap and it'll generate a report for you. Like when everything's done running, you do a full comprehensive scan, then it'll generate a report.
What are you looking for in the report?
Oh, the report should have everything, like what's open, what's closed. Some of the items have topology and network topology and stuff like that.
How long do you expect the presentation to be? Like, how many slides? On average, does it like get to?
Let's see. Think about it, at least like 10 should cover everything. Yep, and then with the firewall stuff, I mean, that one is, let's see, critical. Yeah, that one you can just show the rule being implemented or whatnot. And then when I say like the raw copies, yeah, mmap scan will be raw copies. Valtego is the .mtgl file. So you'll have that. And then firewall configuration, you will just export the configuration. That's all you'll do.
So should the report include our interpretations of whatever Nmap returns?
No, so that will be like when you have the presentation, you'll have that, right? But you don't need to actually have it in raw files. In the raw files, you just have the raw files of everything that came out. But in your presentation, yes. Is that helpful or was I confuse you a bit?
Works.
Okay. And then if you have issues, you can schedule time with me and then we can go over it to make sure it is what it should be. And then the TA for this course took the course last semester. Well, 2 semesters ago, he passed it with an A, so he submitted the right things. You can always schedule, say, hey, just take a few minutes. Can I see what you have? Okay. All right. And then in here, I put data visualization, I put Tableau. Tableau does cost. So you don't have to use Tableau. That's why I talked about Gephi and I showed that other website, this site here. So you can just run through these tools as well. But Tableau is just in there because it's one of many data visualization tools. You don't necessarily have to use that particular one. There is a ton of them out there. And there's right here just a link on just some of them. All right, so I want to share some news with you real quick before you head out. So going to this conference in October. It's called CornCon. There used to be something called DerbyCon. There's GERCon, which is in Grand Rapids. If you're low in funds and you can't go to the actual DEF CON, these local cons are interesting. I'll be at CornCon with a number of students from the cyber innovation course. So I will be here. If you have younger siblings, they have an all-day event on Saturday for kids. And you can, there's a discount if you use the code IEEE25, it'll save you, I think, 25% on the actual tickets. But it's in Quad Cities. It's not the most exciting place in the world, but it's only 2 hours away. They're going to have some really good contacts here. Look at the agenda. And here you can see the agenda.
Yeah, I'll check that.
It's a pretty good agenda. So I'll be here. I'll be present. So if you're interested, let me know. We're going to have a CTF next month on October 19th. It's going to be a 24-day CTF. We'll meet up in the tower at like 9:30. We'll start the CTF. And then again, it's 24 hours. You'll come back to, yes.
So 24 days?
24 hours. Yeah, then you'll come back that morning, that on the 20th, it will wrap up the CTF. We'll give out some prizes, certificates, challenge coins. I think there may be some monetary award as well. So we'll do that. And we'll have that going on. And then we have a number of brown bag sessions, panel talks. And then for you guys, we'll have a number of people that will talk directly with you about resumes, recruitment, and stuff like that. And then those that are U.S. citizens and only U.S. citizens only, I will have someone talk to you guys directly about getting employment in the federal government, whether it's a 3-letter agency or it's as a defense contractor. They will walk you through those steps. And then for my other students, I will have someone that will address you guys as well. It will actually address everybody that just want to work commercial sector and how to take advantage of the market, how to get employment in cyber, and then some things that you can do to further yourself, like certifications and other items to build upon what you are getting here. All right. So October is going to be a busy, busy month. So you should be seeing stuff that comes out from the ITM newsletter. Please take a look at it. We'll have announcements come out. And if you miss one of these meetings, we will also send out the video archive and stuff like that. We already have one session recorded. And she's a professor from St. Louis University, cybersecurity. Specifically, she focuses on human trafficking. And her talk's recorded, just editing and all that good stuff. And then I will send out a message regarding the meeting that we're going to have. Pull my calendar. The first week of October, where we have the individual from his company got purchased by Cisco. He'll be on campus. We'll have people recording it, and so we'll see what the capacity is, and we'll have him in here, and he'll be speaking. The last time we had the big room in Kaplan. I got to see what we're going to do this time, but you'll be at least able to see, talk with him, and stuff like that, because you guys are learning skills, and you should capitalize on every skill you get. Every skill, right? There's websites, like right now, everybody should have a resume out online. You should be asking to work as a contractor. Every item you're doing in your courses, put it there as a project. You're doing a network assignment, you put it as a network project. What did you do? What tools you did? You're coding something, share your GitHub, and then start consulting W-2 and start making some money. There are too many jobs out here for you not to do something. So you should have a profile on dice.com and let a recruiter hit you up.
What was that? Dice.com?
Dice Jobs, yeah. Yep, this website right here. You should be on Dice Jobs. Use ChatGPT to help write your profile. And your resumes. What you do is, that's another thing. I'll show you how to do that offline, but I'll show you how to use AI tools and a number of other sites to basically take keywords, put in your resume, put them up there, and you should be making extra money on the side. Especially if you don't have limitations, you don't have things like OPT and stuff like that, you should be doing this. Right? None of this side hustle at like McDonald's or whatever. You should be doing this type of stuff fairly easy. All right, any questions for you guys head out? All right, what about online?
No questions from me.
All right. Watch the cryptography video. We have a lot of stuff to cover doing that. Please watch the video, and then we are going to cover a lot of that stuff. We'll be covering Tor, and I'll show you some different tools, and I'll go through some various scenarios and research that deals with like blockchain, crypto, and stuff like that. All right, I will see you guys. You guys enjoy the rest of, I guess, the week.
Have a good weekend, Professor.
All right, cheers, bud.